This Sacagawea, President Trump has just literally, this is live breaking news, just fired Joe Biden, like officially, and even hinted at something that we've all been wanting to hear and see very soon. Wait till I share this with you. He's just been going on an absolute tear for America, for you, for me. It's been absolutely glorious. There's more things I can't wait. So much good stuff, so much winning I'm going to share with you. Also, even more beautiful, Jasmine full of Crockett gets community noted for this ridiculous dumb as rocks post that she was hoping people would actually, I mean, it's so mind-numbingly bizarre how these hypocrites, aka Democrats, are acting lately. I mean, we're trying to save taxpayer dollars. We're trying to make the government more efficient. We're trying to stop waste. And their main reaction, we're at war. Shut this city down. We're going to fight. We're never going to rest. That's the reaction. I mean, they're completely unhinged. First, I have to get this out of the way first before I share all the good stuff. This is vile. I'm just going to give you a warning. This is absolutely vile. This is absolutely evil. It literally made my skin boil. Like I had redness. My cheeks got flush. I'm going to share with you a clip from Washington State Senator Majority Leader Jamie Pedersen. Sounds a lot similar to something else. Who it's just completely tore the entire internet upside down over this proposed policy change. I'm going to share this clip with you, and I'm just going to give you warning. If you're a parent, a grandparent, a father, mother, whatever, this video will absolutely turn your stomach inside out. Check this out.
Kids over 13 have the complete right to make their own decisions about their mental health care. Parents don't have a right to have notice. They don't have a right to have consent about that.
I would really encourage everybody who's got an actual soul and who actually has brain molecules in their cranium right now that actually reflect common sense to do everything in your power to make sure that this video goes viral by tapping the thumbs up because it's free and sharing it with everybody that you know, especially everybody that you know who has voted Democrat, who has voted for Kamala, who votes for these absolute gutless, heartless, vile, evil scum. I mean, I don't know. I don't like using this language, but as a father, you want to try that with me? You want to try that with my kid? You're telling me that you, the government, can raise my kids better than I can? If that's not totalitarianism, if that's not Orwellianism, I don't know what is. This is evil. This is insane. I've got a son who literally is turning 13 on March 5th. The guy can barely tie his shoe, just like all 13-year-olds. They're really good at picking their nose and they're really good at video games. And that's about it. And that's all they should really be good at this age. And for you to say that he can make decisions about his mental health, about anything in his life without his parents even knowing about it, and you're going to have oversight on that and exclude us is absolutely capital B bonkers. Right? Who is this schmuck again? This is State Senate Majority Leader Jamie Peterson. Of course, he's a Democrat. The policy under discussion would grant children over the age of 13 the autonomy to make decisions about their mental health care independently without the need for parental consent or notification. We all know this is really just a bureaucratic language, corporate language, administrative garbage that's meant to basically hint at if your kid wants to mutilate themselves and take puberty blockers after the age of 13, which is they're not even close to an adult, they're able to. This is more transgender lunacy even after we won, and it needs to stop. Okay, but enough of that. Let's get to the good stuff. So Trump has just been on an absolute tear. He met with Japan's new prime minister today. They had an amazing exchange. The prime minister even noted saying, they've never met anybody like Trump. They feel so confident, so relieved that Trump is president and leader of the free world. He talked about USAID. He talked about the crap that is coming down on Doge from the Hippocrats, aka Democrats. He said famously, quite beautifully, frankly, probably one of the greatest things he said. He said that low-life Maxine Waters, she doesn't care. They hate our country, which he's absolutely right. And he stood up for big balls. He stood up for big balls. One of Elon Musk's 22-year-old wizards working to cut all the waste and egregious spending of our government, which is fantastic. I'm also going to share with you the symbol of the entire Hippocrat party that is just most egregious after I talk about Crockett. But first, so today Trump said at my direction, this is just one of many amazing things he said today. At my direction, we're going to make the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. great again. I have decided to immediately terminate multiple individuals from the Board of Trustees, including the chairman, who do not share our vision for a golden age in arts and culture, because all they've been doing is transgender pageants, exposing kids to this crap, doing all sorts of really outlandish, untoward things where minors are involved. It's so absolutely foul. We will soon announce a new board with an amazing chairman, Donald J. Trump. That's who it's going to be. We found somebody great. He's a great guy. Oh, look at that. It's me. Just last year, the Kennedy Center featured drag shows specifically targeting our youth, which I was just talking about. And he says in capital letters, this will stop. The Kennedy Center is an American jewel and must reflect the brightest stars on its stage from all across our nation. For the Kennedy Center, the best is yet to come. And then this right here, my fellow Americans, this is an absolute, to quote Mr. Fetterman from Pennsylvania, this is God tier trolling. Donald Trump, our president, we won. By the way, if you want to get one of these original made in the USA, Nez Nation Patriot merch, made in the USA, original, in the pinned comment and in the description down below. He just officially fired vegetable in chief Joe Biden. There is no need, I quote, this is Donald J. Trump, our president, President Trump. There is no need for Joe Biden to continue receiving access to classified information. Therefore, we are immediately revoking Joe Biden's security clearances and stopping his daily intelligence briefings. He set this precedent in 2021 when he instructed the intelligence community to stop the 45th president of the United States, me, from accessing details on national security, a courtesy provided to former presidents. If you didn't know this, former presidents, once you become president, you don't just leave and that's hasta la pasta. Obviously you have a lot of lucrative opportunities, making money, public speaking, books, et cetera, interviews, keynote speaking, etc. But they still get briefed. I think President Obama, Clinton, Bush, they still get briefed on intelligence briefings. But Trump is doing something unheard of, unprecedented. And I love his reasoning. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. And he did it to Trump first back in 2021. He goes on, the Hur Report. You remember the Robert Hur Report where he said this guy is old, feeble, he doesn't have a good memory. And then you had people like Pencil Dick Schiff and the rest of them attacking Robert Hur and saying, no, this is all political. And he's like, no, the guy's literally invegetable. The Hur Report revealed that Biden suffers from, quote, poor memory, end quote, and even in his, quote, prime, could not be trusted with sensitive information. I will always protect our national security. I got to do it in his voice. Joe, you're fired. Make America great again. Thank you, Mr. President. I love you. Fellow Americans, the man, I truly believe he's touched by providence. I truly believe that this is the greatest winning era ever. I truly believe the roaring 20s are back, minus the stock market crash of 1929. I think this is going to be the most prosperous golden age. Everything that he said he was going to do, promises made, promises kept, he has done. He's done it at record lightning breakneck speed. It's ludicrous speed. Not light speed, ludicrous speed. If you've seen Spaceballs and you're older, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ludicrous speed. It's breathtaking. It's breathtaking. And I think that's what happens. The most tragic day of my broadcasting career was when we were live on July 13th. That day that will forever live in infamy, Butler, Pennsylvania. We were live when the president had I mean, really the closest call of anybody losing their life. I mean, 100-yard sniper shot that missed by a millimeter, that miracle millimeter. I now look at this, and this is where that dichotomy comes in, and this is where the absolute insanity, bizarreness, beautiful poetry of life comes in. I now think that may have been just the best thing that ever happened to him. I know that sounds crazy, but something happened. He was touched by God. I truly believe that in every fiber of my being, in the marrow of my bones. Let me know if you agree with that in the comments. And I think it's given him such a renewed purpose. It's given him such a focused, hyper sensitive uh, uh, um, sense of duty, sense of obligation, the likes we've never seen a president ever have. And that's why I think it's only been 2 weeks and we've already seen a 90% drop, a 90% drop in border crossings from illegals. He hasn't even, I mean, the ink hasn't even dried when he took the oath and became the 47th president. It hasn't even dried, for crying out loud. Can you imagine if this is what so let me get this straight. In the first 2 weeks, the guy secured the border. He took men out of women's sports, which was insane. He's cut billions and billions and billions of dollars of waste with Doge. He's signed executive order after executive order, which 300 executive orders to give sanity back to America and eliminate DEI woke ideologies. It's only been 2 weeks. Can you imagine what's going to happen in the next 2 months, 2 years? Oh my God. We're winning like never before. Our daughters, our granddaughters, our sons, and our grandsons are thinking, they're getting on their knees right now, 3,300 years from now, and thanking us. This is history. What a time to be alive. Okay, in our next story, community notes for the win again. You guys know this, you OG Nez Nation audience members who've been with me for a while. You know how much I love community notes because it's literally fact checking in real time by the people, of the people, for the people, by the community. Congressman Jasmine, full of Crockett, probably the biggest embarrassment in the history of Congress. She posted this on X. It's got over 15 million views. She posted a January jobs report. I'm sure most of you guys have heard, where the growth was a lot weaker than previously predicted. And this ridiculous article by Derek Saul, who I have no idea who he is, says it's the weakest start since 2016, essentially, for the jobs report because it was so bad. And then Jasmine, full of Crockett, posts. So listen, in her typical myopic brain donor fashion. So it turns out that you don't go broke. You don't go when you don't go woke, you go broke. Trump's new DEI, dying economy, and inflation. It's only 2 weeks in, and Trump is making America broke again. This absolute vapid, fatuous, empty-headed. I mean, she is an abomination, a walking abomination. She's just making us win. She is like literally every time she opens her mouth or posts anything, it's like you can feel the decay of the Democratic Party just get worse and worse. And so obviously she's 100 billion% dead wrong because this jobs report is directly linked to Joe Biden and his presidency. So you can see here the community note at the bottom, community notes for the win. The job growth data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor that is referenced is from a time period ending before President Donald J. Trump took his place as office as the 47th president of the United States of America. This is based on fact checking real time. So remember, when I say I love community notes, when I say community notes for the win, she could go on CNN, ABC, CBS, MSNBC, all the woke propagandist media outlets, and she can say this until her, throat goes dry. And nobody will say anything. There'll be zero pushback. They'll just be like, yeah, you're right. This is the worst for 2 weeks. But when you post online after Elon Musk, who is a hero, an American hero, what he has done for this country, I don't even know if it could ever be paid back. Him buying Twitter and creating X, which is the #1 premier digital town square where people get together and talk about everything and share everything. Literally him introducing community notes, which is being copied by Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg from Meta, Facebook, is copying this because it works so well, because it's done by the people, of the people, for the people. She can't get away with it, but she can get away with it on those crappy propagandist networks. This is why community notes is so fantastic. This is why you being here and watching this is so fantastic. I'm so happy you're here. Tap that thumbs up if you love America. It doesn't cost you a thing. And speaking of Musk, I think Senator Tina Smith is exactly the symbol of the entire Democrat Party. She posted this a day ago saying Elon Musk and his interns meddling in aviation safety is truly terrifying. You mean to tell me the guy who is literally the Leonardo da Vinci of our time, the guy who is an immigrant from South Africa, who is the absolute personification of the American dream, that if you come over here legally, if you come over, as Tom Homan says, through port of entry, through legal processes and systems, and you become an American citizen, you work your ass off, and your success is predicated upon the values and principles of a meritocracy, which is what our founders envisioned, you can become and do anything you want. The guy literally has changed and revolutionized industry after industry, the automobile industry, the space industry, Neuralink, the medical industry, mental health and neurocognitive diseases, neurodegenerative diseases. I mean, he's revolutionized communications with Starlink. The guy literally catches rockets. And this dumb, myopic, brain-dead mook, Senator Tina Smith, has the audacity, instead of giving this guy the Medal of Freedom, which he deserves, she has the audacity, because they're cutting their slush fund, to say Elon Musk meddling in aviation safety is truly terrifying. This whole party, you, Tina Smith, Jasmine Full of Crockett, Ayanna Presley, Maxine Klingon Waters, Pencil Dick Schiff, Ratty Raskin, Chris Momo Murphy, and the whole lot of you. The whole lot of you. I mean, there is nobody in your roster. Chuck Schumer, Pelosi, there's nobody in your roster who has any integrity, who has any worthiness of praise. You guys are all finished. It's all over. Toodles. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Hasta la pasta. Fellow Americans, we won. We won. I am so excited as a father, as a profound patriot who loves this country. I know you are too. Let me know in the comments what you think of the things that I shared today. What do you think? Oh, I almost forgot. He also is getting rid of paper straws. President Trump is getting rid of paper straws. I almost forgot. That's almost like the best executive order ever. He's going to sign an executive order getting rid of paper straws. And if you're like me, those damn paper straws, they were worthless and they didn't work and they had zero to do with saving the climate. It was a complete hoax, just like everything from these, vegetable climate change protesting activists, lame brain. I mean, it doesn't do anything. He's actually getting rid of paper straws on top of everything else. I love you, President Trump. I love you. We won. We won. I'm so excited. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Check out these videos coming up right here if you haven't seen these already. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. It's free. I'm going to always keep you posted. And as always, God bless you and God bless America. We did it.